Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're turning the spotlight on an extraordinary piece of recent American history, the 2022 P. Dr. Sally Ride quarter dollar from the United States Mint. This coin is part of the groundbreaking American Women Quarters program, and while millions were made, a handful contains special features and mint errors that make them incredibly valuable. In fact, one of these modern quarters has stunned collectors with a value soaring as high as $40,000. Now, before you assume every 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarter is common pocket change, let's take a closer look at why this coin is capturing so much attention in the numismatic world. First, it's important to appreciate the historical and cultural significance of this design. Dr. Sally Ride was the first American woman in space, and this coin beautifully honors her legacy as a scientist, astronaut, and role model for future generations. The reverse side of the coin features a striking image of Dr. Ride next to a window on the space shuttle, gazing out toward the stars, an image that perfectly captures the wonder of exploration and human achievement. But as powerful as the design is, it's the unexpected mint errors that are driving collectors wild. Some rare 2022 P. Dr. Sally Ride quarters have surfaced with double-die obverse errors, where key elements such as Liberty or In God We Trust appear slightly shadowed or doubled, a result of a misaligned die during the striking process. These coins are easy to miss unless you're paying close attention, but for trained eyes or lucky finders, they represent a massive opportunity. Other reported errors include struck-through grease errors, where parts of the design appear faint or missing because of a buildup of grease or debris during minting. This can create ghost-like effects on Dr. Ride's figure or the inscriptions, making each of these coins unique. Also showing up in small numbers are off-center strikes, where the entire design of the coin is misaligned. Some of these are dramatic enough that part of Dr. Ride's portrait or the wording is shifted noticeably to one side. These off-center coins are not only rare but visually stunning, which increases their appeal and value significantly. Another extremely desirable minting flaw to look out for is a clashed die error. This happens when the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving behind ghost impressions from the opposing design. Some 2022 P quarters with this error show faint outlines of design elements where they don't belong. For collectors who know what to look for, these clash marks tell a story of how the coin was made and add major value to the piece. What makes all these errors even more powerful is when they are found on coins that have been kept in pristine condition. That means no scratches, no dings, and full, original luster from the mint. These are referred to as mint state coins, and they are graded on a scale. Coins that receive grades of MS 65 or higher are the ones that fetch serious money at auctions and from private collectors. Having a rare error and an uncirculated condition is a winning combination that can turn a simple quarter into a treasure worth thousands. Collectors across the country are now racing to check their 2022 quarters, especially the ones from the Philadelphia Mint marked with a P. Online marketplaces and coin forums are buzzing with photos, stories, and exciting finds. Some of these rare quarters have already shown up at auction houses and coin grading companies, and the buzz is only growing stronger. It's rare to see a modern coin from just a few years ago generate this much interest, but the Dr. Sally Ride quarter has all the ingredients: historical importance, beautiful design, limited errors, and incredible value potential. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the jaw-dropping value that's turning heads in the coin world. If you happen to come across a 2022 P. Dr. Sally Ride quarter with one of these rare mint errors, especially in high-grade, mint state condition, your coin could be worth an unbelievable $40,000. Yes, that's right. $40,000 for a modern quarter that could be hiding right now in a roll of change, a bank withdrawal, or even in your own pocket. This isn't just about money. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of realizing that a piece of the space-age story might just be yours to keep or trade. Every collector dreams of that one find that changes everything, and this coin could be that moment for you. So don't wait another second. Check your change, Go through your coin rolls and look closely at every 2022 quarter you come across. Pay attention to the mint mark, inspect the coin under good lighting, and if something looks unusual or off, set it aside for further inspection. You could be staring at a coin worth thousands and not even know it. If you've already found a 2022 P. Dr. Sally Ride quarter with strange markings, doubling, or odd textures, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors uncover the hidden gems in their collections. And if you have questions or want advice on how to get your coin graded, feel free to drop a comment. We're here to help. Second rare coin. We're talking about the 1988 United States quarter dollar, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but let me tell you, some of these quarters have stunned collectors with their rarity, mysterious mint errors, and unbelievable value in the current collector's market. This is not just another piece of pocket change. This is a story of overlooked greatness that every coin lover needs to hear. Minted in Denver and marked with the D mint mark. The 1988 quarter was part of a massive coin production wave in the late 1980s. Millions were released into circulation, serving their purpose in everyday transactions across the country. But within that ocean of coins, there are rare and special versions, coins with flaws, quirks, and unexpected features that transform them from common currency into rare collector's prizes. And if you know what to look for, you might just discover one of these incredibly valuable quarters hiding in plain sight. Let's talk about what makes some 1988 D quarters so exciting and valuable in today's numismatic world. First up, mint errors. The rare mistakes made at the U.S. Mint that turn ordinary coins into once-in-a-lifetime finds. One of the most significant and valuable types of error associated with this coin is the double die obverse. That means the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, causing a distinct doubling effect on key elements like Liberty, In God We Trust, or the year 1988. When these details appear shadowed, thickened, or slightly offset, that's your first big clue that your coin might be a rare error. Another rare and fascinating error found on the 1988 D quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the striking process, causing the design to appear shifted, incomplete, or oddly placed on the coin surface. Depending on how far off-center the strike is and whether the date and mint mark remain visible, these errors can make a coin incredibly rare and desirable. Collectors love off-center coins, and the more dramatic the error, the more impressive the value, but it doesn't stop there. Some 1988 D quarters have shown up with clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is literally missing from the edge, due to a mistake in the blanking process at the mint. These coins look like someone took a bite out of them, but don't be alarmed. It's not damage, it's a certified minting error that makes the coin unique and valuable. Others have die cracks, which are raised lines that appear across the coin due to stress fractures in the die. These cracks form random patterns that give each coin its own fingerprint of rarity. Even more exciting are the struck-through errors, where foreign materials, like grease, cloth fibers, or even fragments of other coins, get stuck between the die and the planchet, causing unusual marks or missing design elements. These struck-through coins are especially prized when the error is visible and easy to identify. If you spot one of these, you're holding something truly special in your hands. Of course, all of these errors become even more valuable when found on coins in mint state condition. If your 1988 D quarter has never been circulated, if it still shines with its original luster, and if it has sharp, detailed edges with no scratches or wear, then its value can skyrocket. Coins that have been professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC and achieve high mint state grades, especially MS65 and above, often become the stars of major auctions and private sales. And speaking of auctions, the 1988 D quarter has been making waves in recent sales. Collectors are finally beginning to recognize the value of these error coins, especially in excellent condition, and they're willing to pay premium prices to secure one for their collections. Whether it's at a national coin show, an online bidding war, or a private dealer transaction, these coins are catching fire with collectors who know what they're worth. Now, let's talk numbers. How much could a rare and high-grade 1988 D quarter actually be worth? Well, If you're lucky enough to find one with a clear mint error like a strong double die, a dramatic off-center strike, or a clipped planchet, and it's preserved in uncirculated condition or higher, then the value of that single quarter could reach a jaw-dropping $70,000. That's right, $70,000 for one quarter. Just imagine the possibilities. You could be holding an incredibly valuable piece of American history without even realizing it. That's the magic of coin collecting: hidden value, historical connection, and the thrill of discovery all wrapped up in a tiny metal masterpiece. So don't overlook your 1988 D quarters. Check them closely. Use a magnifying glass, weigh them if you suspect a planchet error, inspect for doubling, off-center designs, or any unusual features. And if you've already found something that looks strange or unique, let us know in the comments. We'd love to help you identify it, and your story could inspire other collectors to take a second look at their own coins. Third expensive coin. We're diving into the fascinating story of one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history, the 1965 United States quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin might seem like an everyday quarter you'd toss into a vending machine without a second thought. But as you're about to find out, some rare 1965 quarters are hiding secrets that could be worth a life-changing sum of money. So grab a magnifying glass and settle in, because this is a story you do not want to miss. The year 1965 was a pivotal moment in the history of U.S. coinage. It was the first year that quarters were no longer made of 90% silver. That's right, starting in 1965, quarters were minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition due to the rising cost of silver. Millions of these new clad quarters were produced, and they were quickly absorbed into everyday use. But here's where it gets interesting. A small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from the previous year. These rare transitional errors are incredibly valuable, and they're the crown jewels of 1,965 quarter discoveries. One of the most exciting things about these silver planchet errors is that they can be identified if you know what to look for. First, the weight of the coin is a dead giveaway. A regular 1965 clad quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter weighs closer to 6.25 grams. That small difference is critical. If you have a precise scale, you can instantly narrow down whether you're holding something ordinary or something extraordinary. And the edges offer another clue. Unlike clad quarters that show a visible copper ring on the edge, silver planchet quarters have a clean, solid silver edge with no copper core. But silver planchets aren't the only rare error tied to the 1965 quarter. Collectors have also discovered examples with double die obverse errors, where letters and numbers like Liberty or the date 1965 appear slightly doubled or distorted. These doubling effects often occur due to misalignments in the die-making process, and they add significant value to the coin. They're not always obvious at first glance, but with a magnifier and a sharp eye, you can spot them and possibly uncover a major treasure hiding in your own collection. Let's also talk about another rare but highly sought-after error, the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to be partially cut off or shifted to one side. Some of these off-center errors are so dramatic that large portions of the design are missing, yet the date and mint details are still visible. That's what makes them not just rare, but visually striking and very attractive to collectors looking for unique pieces to add to their treasure troves. Die breaks and cracks are also worth keeping an eye on. These are raised lines or bumps that result from worn or damaged dies during the minting process. While some minor die cracks are common, major cracks or dramatic breaks can fetch serious attention and serious money. Each one is different, making them like a fingerprint, totally unique and absolutely collectible. And let's not forget about struck-through errors, which occur when debris, grease, or other materials get between the die and the planchet during the minting process. These can leave blank spots, faded designs, or odd textures on the coin surface, and when they're dramatic enough, they become incredibly valuable to collectors. The best part? These kinds of errors are often visible to the naked eye, and you don't need fancy equipment to spot them. Condition, of course, plays a huge role in value. If your 1965 quarter has one of these rare errors and it's in mint state, meaning it's never been circulated, shows no signs of wear, and retains its full original shine, then you are looking at something very, very special. High-grade coins, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can demand top dollar and spark fierce bidding wars at auction houses. In recent years, the coin collecting world has seen a massive surge of interest in 1965 quarters, particularly those with confirmed silver planchets or striking mint errors. In some cases, these coins have sold for enormous sums at auctions, with collectors and investors alike competing for a chance to own one. The rarity, the historical transition from silver to clad, and the limited number of known error coins have made the 1965 quarter one of the most exciting coins to hunt for in American currency history.so. How much could one of these rare 1965 quarters actually be worth today? If you happen to have a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet, or one with a dramatic double die or off-center error, and it's in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. $100,000 for a single quarter that might be hiding in plain sight right now in your collection or change drawer. That's why it's so important to check your coins, study them closely, and never underestimate the value of what seems like a small piece of everyday history. The most valuable coins are often the ones people overlook. If you found a 1965 quarter that seems a bit heavier than usual, lacks a copper edge, or shows any signs of error, drop a comment below and tell us about it. Our community of coin lovers is always ready to help, share insights, and celebrate amazing discoveries. You never know, your story could be the next one that makes headlines in the collector world. Especially, we're unlocking the mystery of a modern coin that many people might overlook, but coin collectors know could be hiding an incredible secret: the 1993 United States quarter dollar. Yes, this little piece of American currency might be resting in your piggy bank, pocket, or coin jar, just waiting to reveal its true value. But make no mistake, certain rare versions of this 1993 quarter are turning heads in the numismatic world, and if you're lucky enough to spot one of the special error varieties, your coin could be worth a small fortune. The 1993 quarter was minted during a time of steady production at the Philadelphia Mint, with millions of coins entering circulation. Most people wouldn't think twice about using one of these quarters for a soda or a parking meter. But here's where it gets exciting. Within those mass-produced coins are a select few that were struck with rare minting errors, making them extraordinarily valuable to collectors. These coins are not only historic, but they're also in high demand, especially when preserved in excellent condition and containing noticeable variations from the standard strike. Let's start by talking about one of the most important things collectors look for: double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck with a die that has misaligned impressions, creating a doubling effect on the inscriptions. For the 1993 quarter, collectors have reported doubling on the word Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and even the date 1993. These kinds of doubling effects are relatively rare and become even more desirable when they are bold and easily visible to the naked eye. If you spot that kind of doubling, it's time to get excited. Another rare and highly collectible error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that appears shifted to one side, with part of the image cut off. The more dramatic the off-center strike, and the more of the date and mint mark that are still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some 1993 quarters have been discovered with beautifully off-center designs, making them visually striking and very attractive to serious collectors. But that's not all. You also want to keep an eye out for struck-through errors, which occur when foreign materials like grease, metal shavings, or cloth fibers get in the way during minting. These errors can create missing design elements, unusual textures, or blank patches where something should be. The rarity and uniqueness of each struck-through coin mean no two are exactly alike, and that kind of individuality makes them incredibly appealing in the world of rare coins. Let's not forget about planchet errors, where the coin is struck on the wrong type of blank. Some reports suggest a few 1993 quarters may have been struck on nickel planchets or other transitional blanks, creating coins that weigh less than normal or have a noticeably different look or color. These planchet errors are often harder to spot unless you weigh the coin or notice the edge looks different from a typical copper-nickel clad quarter. But when confirmed, they can drastically increase the value of your coin. Now here's something every collector needs to know. Condition is everything. Even if you find an error, its value skyrockets if it's in mint state condition, meaning the coin has never been used in circulation, has no scratches or wear, and still shines like it just came off the press. Coins like this are usually stored carefully in coin flips or slabs and are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, combined with rare errors, often fetch eye-popping prices at auction. Speaking of auctions, recent sales have proven just how desirable the 1993 P quarter has become among collectors. At a well-known numismatic event, a high-grade 1993 P quarter featuring a dramatic off-center strike and preserved in uncirculated condition sold for thousands of dollars. And online platforms are seeing increased traffic and bidding for these rare error quarters, especially those with doubling or struck-through flaws. Demand is rising, and collectors are taking notice, making this coin one of the hidden stars of modern coin collecting. So, how much can a rare and high-grade 1993 P quarter actually be worth? If your coin features a bold minting error like a double die, off-center strike, or planchet flaw, and it's in exceptional condition, it could be valued at an astonishing $45,000. Yes, that's right. $45,000 for a single quarter that you might already have in your collection or find in your spare change. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's a world where history, craftsmanship, and pure luck can come together to deliver something truly special and extremely valuable. Now it's your turn. Go dig through your coin rolls, check your change drawers, and pull out those 1993 P quarters for a closer look. Use a magnifier to inspect for doubling, weigh the coin if you suspect a planchet issue, and examine the edges for anything unusual. You never know when you might be holding something worth more than you ever imagined. If you've already found something interesting or think your 1993 P quarter might have an error, drop a comment below and tell us about it. We'd love to hear your stories, help you identify rare features, and celebrate every exciting discovery with you. And if you have questions or want help figuring out how to get your coin graded, don't hesitate to ask. We're here to help every step of the way. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1971 D United States quarter dollar. While many quarters might seem like everyday pocket change, this particular coin from 1971 strikes a rare chord in the world of numismatics. For anyone who appreciates the thrill of uncovering hidden gems, the 1971 D quarter is a must-watch topic. So, listen closely and enjoy this detailed journey into what makes this coin so special, why collectors are scrambling to find them, and how you could spot a valuable one right now. The 1971 D quarter was produced at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was going through significant social and economic changes. Though millions were minted, the key to its collectible status lies in the few surviving coins that exhibit unique features and minting errors, setting them apart from the standard circulation pieces. These anomalies, coupled with the coin's historical context, have placed it in high demand among collectors who recognize its potential value. The coin's scarcity in mint condition and error varieties has elevated its profile, making it a prized possession for both casual collectors and serious investors. One of the most eye-catching aspects of the 1971 D quarter that collectors hunt for is the double die error. This error manifests when the coin's design is stamped twice with slight misalignment, causing certain letters or numbers, especially on the date and motto "In God We Trust," to appear doubled or blurred. These doubling effects are often quite bold on this particular quarter, making the error easier to identify even without magnification. Coins showcasing such distinct doubling not only attract attention, but command a significant premium in the market. Identifying these errors involves a close visual inspection. focusing on the fine details in the inscriptions, which can mean the difference between an ordinary quarter and a valuable collector's item, alongside the double die errors. Another sought-after feature is the off-center strike. These occur when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, resulting in an image that's shifted to one side, with part of the design missing. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and mint mark remain legible. For the 1971D quarter, such errors are rare but highly prized, adding a dramatic visual element that collectors find irresistible. Off-center strikes provide a unique window into the minting process and add undeniable character to each coin, ensuring it stands out in any collection. Planchet errors also contribute to the allure of the 1971D quarter. Occasionally, some quarters were struck on blanks made from the wrong metal or blanks that were improperly prepared, leading to weight discrepancies, color variations, or unusual textures on the coin's surface. These planchet flaws are harder to spot without proper tools, but are highly valuable once confirmed. They represent a fascinating mishap in the minting process that collectors love because no two errors are exactly alike. Authenticating such a coin often requires professional grading and evaluation, but the payoff can be remarkable for those who uncover these rarities. Condition plays an essential role in determining the value of the 1971D quarter. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, meaning they've never been in circulation and show no wear, can fetch incredible prices. Collectors and investors alike seek coins graded by respected services like PCGS and NGC, where a high grade combined with rare error features can push a coin's value exponentially higher. In recent years, there has been a surge in demand for these high-quality specimens, with auction houses reporting brisk sales and competitive bidding from passionate collectors around the world. This trend has reinforced the 1971D quarter's status as a high-demand collectible that's well worth keeping an eye on. To put things into perspective, recent auction results and private sales have shown just how valuable a well-preserved 1971D quarter with significant errors can be. Coins exhibiting bold doubling or off-center strikes have sold for thousands of dollars, sometimes exceeding expectations and making headlines in numismatic circles. The ongoing interest from collectors is a testament to the coin's rarity and desirability, reflecting a vibrant market that rewards careful observation and knowledge. If you've ever dreamed of finding a coin that blends historical significance with investment potential, this quarter is the perfect candidate. So, if you have a 1971D quarter tucked away somewhere, this is the moment to examine it closely. Grab a loupe or magnifying glass, study the inscriptions for doubling, check for any misalignments, and inspect the edges for unusual characteristics. You might just have a piece of history that could transform your collection and your financial future. Remember, the numismatic community thrives on sharing knowledge, so if you've found an error or have questions about your 1971D quarter, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're here to help you identify those treasures and celebrate your discoveries. For those curious about the value of these incredible quarters, here's the exciting news. A 1971D United States quarter dollar in outstanding condition. Featuring rare minting errors like bold doubling or off-center strikes, can command a staggering $85,000. That's right, $85,000 for a coin that started its journey as simple pocket change, now transformed into a prized collectible that combines history, rarity, and pure numismatic beauty. Thank you for joining this detailed exploration of the 1971D quarter. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another chance to uncover hidden gems in the fascinating world of coin collecting. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your collections growing.